Special thanks to Kyvor, Mary McDowell, P, Some Great Turnabout, Arnie's Autos, The Reaver, Elkan, and Yenners.
How did I get into this mess?
That's far enough. You can't run forever, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What? What have I done wrong?
I cannot allow you to go on like this.
But I'm just a simple defense attorney!
Silence! You are no longer worthy of your title.
Oh, what a nightmare! I bet it was this ringtone that caused it. I really shouldn't be dozing off right before a trial starts anyway. Looks like they hung up.
Oh, good. I finally found it. Talk about a close call. I hate to do this to you, but it's nothing personal, Mr. Attorney.
Ouch, my head. Oh, it's throbbing. Why does it feel so foggy in there?
Good morning!
Good morning.
What's wrong? You don't look well! People are at their best first thing in the morning! Where's that fighting spirit?
Sorry, but can you please turn the cheeriness down? My head, sort of hurts.
Roger that!
Am I in trouble or something?
Huh? Trouble?
You're a policewoman, right? I thought maybe I had done something wrong.
What are you talking about? I'm the one in trouble!
What?
I'm placing my life in your hands today, Mr. Phoenix Wright!
Life in my hands?
You promised me! You said you would prove that I was not guilty!
Not guilty?
Just when I thought all hope was lost, when all the other lawyers had laughed me off, leave it to me, you said. You, the one and only Phoenix Wright, came to save the day! Just like that, I was moved to tears, sir. I'll never forget what you're doing for me, ever.
What is this girl babbling about?
Actually, I really love to watch court proceedings, and I always root for you to win. When I'm off duty, I like to come here and... Huh? What's wrong? You've been acting really strange, and you keep staring at me. You're making me kind of nervous, sir.
Oh, sorry. I'm afraid to ask, but here goes. So this might sound bad, but, who are you?
What? Mr. Wright, how can you say that? How can you do this to the fragile heart of a girl about to go on trial? You're absolutely horrible!
No, I mean, I didn't mean it like that.
Is this how a defense attorney treats his client, sir? I can't believe this.
No, it's just, well, I think you have the wrong person.
Yes?
Who am I? Why am I drawing a blank?
The trial will begin shortly. Will the defendant and her lawyer please proceed to the courtroom immediately?
The trial's about to start! I'm counting on you in there, okay?
I guess I must have amnesia. Let's see. What can I piece together? From our conversation, I can safely say that I am probably a defense attorney, and that girl... Oh, I said I'd prove her not guilty. I can't believe I made such an irresponsible promise. Ow! Someone please tell me this is just a bad dream! Why do I get the feeling this is one dream I won't be waking up from?
The court is now in session for the trial of Maggey Byrde.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
What is it, Mr. Wright?
Are you talking to me?
Well, do you see any other defense attorneys around here?
I guess not.
Now then, are you ready?
What if I said no? Would that be alright?
Of course it wouldn't.
Then why bother asking to begin with? Actually, you see, Your Honor, my memory is kind of fuzzy for—
The court will not hear the defense's excuses. Because the defendant is a member of the police, this case is under great scrutiny. Therefore, we must make this trial fair but swift. I believe I have told you this before. I hope you're not telling me you've forgotten.
Actually, I did.
Mr. Payne, your opening statement, please.
Yes, Your Honor. As I'm sure you're well aware, the defendant is accused of killing her lover. What's worse, her lover was a fellow police officer.
A policeman? You did what to a policeman?
It wasn't me! And besides, Dustin and I, we weren't lovers like that.
In any case, the prosecution will prove that the guilty party is none other than the defendant.
Very well. Mr. Payne, please call your first witness.
It's been a while, Mr. Wright. Let's see what you've learned since last time. I won't show you any mercy this time, rookie.
Okay. And who are you again?
Please bring Detective Dick Gumshoe to the stand.
Here we go. Don't let me down, Mr. Wright.
Oh, nowhere to hide. I'm so dead.
Witness, please state your name and occupation.
My name is Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm the detective in charge of homicides down at the precinct, sir.
You don't look very well, Detective.
Well, sir, the defendant, she works under me, so, you know.
You work under that detective?
Yes, sir! And while I was a trainee, he was always watching out for me, sir! He's such a wonderful guy, sir! I'll never forget what he's done for me!
Okay, calm down. I believe you.
Detective Gumshoe, please describe for us the details of this murder.
Yes, sir. It happened at the park near headquarters, Expose Park. The victim was one of the local cops, Dustin Prince. He was pushed down from the benches on the upper path, sir. The landing beat his body up bad and snapped his neck.
The details are listed in the report that was distributed yesterday.
Yes, the autopsy report, correct?
Why do I not remember getting a copy?
I see everything is in order here. Even the estimated time of death is unusually well documented.
The victim's watch stopped from the impact of the landing, sir. The results of the autopsy confirmed the time of death.
If I may, Your Honor, the prosecution would also like to submit this photograph of the crime scene.
Very well. The court accepts it into evidence. Now then, I recall at yesterday's preliminary hearing, a very important piece of evidence was brought to our attention.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Yes. I guess.
Mr. Wright, is your head all right today? There was a very crucial piece of evidence found under the victim's body.
Was there?
Have you lost your mind?
Well, actually, it's just nerves. Give me a second.
What? How can you talk like such an amateur? I thought you were a pro, sir. All right, sir. I'll help you through this. At a time like this, maybe you ought to take a glance at the court record.
Court record?
Yup. Info about evidence and people involved with this case are all listed there, sir.
Oh, this must be it. There's a lot of information to take in here.
Too bad I'm a cop, right? Just think, I could totally be a legal aid instead.
Mr. Wright, court is in session. Save your chit-chat for later.
Sorry, Your Honor. I just need a minute to look over the court record.
I'll do you one better, Mr. Wright. Let's see if your notes are in order. What was the piece of evidence found underneath the victim's body?
If he's a cop, then I guess maybe a badge or something.
Mr. Wright, please stick to the facts of this case.
What? He is a policeman, correct?
I don't think you understand the problem here.
I will not have an uninformed lawyer in my court.
Yes, Your Honor.
Please, for my sake, look at the court record, sir.
Guess there's no fooling those two. So I better be careful with what I say.
I will ask you one more time. What evidence was found underneath the victim's body?
A broken pair of glasses, Your Honor?
That's right.
The victim grabbed the criminal's glasses as he was being shoved, sir, and held onto them as he fell.
Hey, why are you giving me the evil eye?
Those glasses you're wearing.
Yes, this is my spare pair. But these glasses they found at the scene of the crime are not mine. I swear, sir.
You're sure about that?
Look, it was a coincidence that on that same day I accidentally stepped on mine.
A coincidence, she says.
Your Honor, I have further evidence to present.
Oh, you have more?
And this evidence is very decisive.
Very well. Let's hear from our witness about this decisive evidence.
There's something even more incriminating than the glasses under the victim's body, sir. During his date, the victim was pushed from the bench area, but he managed to write the culprit's name on the ground where he landed. I don't like saying it, but it was clearly the defendant's name, Maggey, sir. With this piece of evidence and the glasses, it's hard to say she's not the culprit.
This is the picture of the writing, Your Honor.
Why, this is... Yes! I can see the name is clearly written here.
The prosecution would like to submit this picture into the record.
Understood. The court accepts it into evidence.
As if the glasses alone didn't make you look suspicious. The victim even wrote your name clear as day on the ground.
I already told you, those glasses aren't mine.
Then how do you explain his dying message?
It's a conspiracy. I'm not guilty, sir.
Mr. Wright, you may now cross-examine the witness.
Cross-examine?
This is it. I'm counting on you.
Sure, but what am I supposed to do?
What? This isn't like you at all. Normally, this is the part where you get in the witnesses' faces.
Get in their faces and do what?
I guess there's no way around it. Okay, I'm going to lend you a hand. The prosecution's witnesses hide things from the court, which means they lie from time to time.
Lie? But isn't that detective your superior?
Well, even if they don't mean to lie, sometimes people just remember things wrong.
Like that detective. He does sort of look like a scatterbrain.
It doesn't matter. Either way, it's bad for us, sir. That's why when you question witnesses, you have to find and expose their lies.
Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please.
Yes, Your Honor. Talk about trial by fire. Here goes nothing. As long as I can expose the lies, we should be all right. About those glasses. Do you have any proof that those belong to my client?
The lenses have nearsightedness and are almost the same strength as hers. Even the frames look kind of like the ones she's wearing in her police ID, pal.
Almost and kinda are not good enough in a case like this. Do you have any more definitive proof? Is there something that clearly links the defendant with those glasses?
The dirt and sand rubbed out any traces of fingerprints or anything else.
So what you are saying, detective, is that you have nothing that proves those glasses are my clients.
Something like that.
What?
I see. So there is no proof.
Wow! That was amazing! I could totally feel it down in my guts!
Thanks. I don't know where that came from, but it definitely worked in our favor. I better see if I can follow that up. You're sure he was pushed and that's how he fell?
Yeah, pal. If you look at the wounds on the victim's body, there's no way it was anything else. As much as I hate to say it, the victim was pushed, fell, and wrote the culprit's name with the last of his strength.
Are you absolutely certain? The culprit's name?
Sorry, pal, but that's what it said. This is a picture of it. No matter which way you look, it still says Maggey.
He's got a point.
Hey, hold on!
Huh?
Don't me! I know the picture says Maggey.
Hey,
Her name is spelled
now that she mentions it, something does feel kind of off about this picture. Wait. That's it! Objection!
What is it?
What's come over me? Without thinking, I just blurted out, objection! And yelled it at the top of my lungs. Finger outstretched, ready to take on my opponent. What a rush! Detective Gumshoe!
You talking to me, pal?
Please state the defendant's name for me.
Objection! What are you trying to prove with this futile exercise, Mr. Wright?
You'll see. This is a very crucial line of questioning. Actually, Mr. Payne, you can answer. The defendant's name, if you please.
Where is this ridiculous question coming from, Mr. Wright? The defendant's name is Maggey Byrde.
I think someone needs to check the court record.
What? It says right here that it's Maggey Byrde. Ah!
It looks like the bird caught the cat napping.
What's going on here?
I have no idea either, sir.
As you can see, the victim did indeed leave a name. Maggey, spelled M-A-G-G-I-E. However, the defendant's name is actually spelled M-A-G-G-E-Y. This is a blatant contradiction of facts.
Oh, how about that? I hadn't even noticed.
Objection! But maybe the victim didn't know how to spell her name correctly.
Objection! May I remind you that it was you who said the defendant is accused of killing her lover. If they were truly lovers, it would be impossible for him to have not known her name.
No!
This is very true. Mr. Payne?
Yes, Your Honor?
Are you absolutely certain that the defendant and the victim, Dustin Prince, were in fact lovers?
Yes, I'm quite certain, Your Honor. They were a well-known couple in the police force.
Detective Gumshoe, please testify to the court the relationship between the victim and the defendant.
Yes, sir. Officer Prince and Officer Byrde had been going out for half a year. It sounded like they were even talking about marriage. The day of the incident just happened to be the victim's birthday, sir. Maggey, Officer Byrde, had gotten Officer Prince a present. It was something she had gotten over 2 months ago. I should know, because she came to me to ask what she should get for him.
Oh, those two do sound like they were close.
But nevertheless, tragedy struck.
Yes, I see. You may cross-examine the witness, Mr. Wright.
Detective, how did you learn about the alleged relationship between the victim and my client?
Every year in March, we have a training camp for us cops. Officer Byrde was a rookie at the time, and she and Officer Prince seemed to hit it off.
They got close, I take it.
Actually, I was supposed to go too, but I couldn't pay the deposit for the trip, so I didn't. If only I'd got on that trip.
What is it, Detective?
Oh, nothing, sir. Really.
You said they were considering marriage? But wasn't the victim 8 years older than her?
What? You saying a guy's gotta marry someone the same age as himself, pal?
No, that's not what I meant at all.
Detective Gumshoe and Dustin were only a year apart, you know.
I think this fella has a way to go before marriage.
Mind your own business, pal!
Oh, sorry. So the day of the incident, September 6th, that was the victim's birthday?
Yeah, Officer Prince had just gotten off duty at 5:30 p.m. that day. And since Maggie's night shift hadn't started yet, they went to the park for a bit.
Oh, I remember when I was young and in love. It was a jolly time.
That's great, Your Honor. I'm glad you're such a cheerful old man. Detective, you seem to know a lot about the defendant.
Well, that's because, I'm a boss. And I've got to watch out for my subordinates.
But even a detail as trivial as what she's going to give as a present to her boyfriend, isn't that going a bit too far?
Hey, pal! Watch what you say! I know everything that happens under me. If someone so much as scratches their
We
ass...
really don't need to know that much.
Objection! Mr. Wright, please refrain from badgering the witness.
I agree. Even if this witness has a crush on the defendant, that should not be the point of discussion at this time.
Whoa! Wait a second! Why are we talking about this? It's all your fault, pal! You're guilty, guilty, guilty! Yeah, I should have you arrested!
I think he's about done here. Sorry again, Detective. You said that you discussed what the defendant was going to give to her boyfriend?
Well, she, trusts me, so...
You said you discussed this with her over 2 months ago?
Yep, she's a very considerate woman, pal.
So, what was this birthday present?
She got him a glove.
A single glove? Why would she only give him one?
Actually, Your Honor, the glove in question is a baseball glove.
Oh, I see. A baseball glove.
Officer Prince was a huge baseball fan.
Are you saying she went out and bought the glove over 2 months ago?
Nah, nothing like that, pal.
Then what is it like?
She ordered it. It was custom made.
The glove was custom made? Why?
Objection! Your Honor, I really don't see how this glove is related to this case.
Yes, it would seem that there is little relevance. What do you think, Mr. Wright? Do you think this glove is really relevant to this case?
I don't know where this will lead me, but I've got to try something. Of course it is relevant! That glove is the key to this whole case!
Yes! Bluffing to the max! Now this is the Mr. Wright I know! I'm so happy you're back, sir! I was wondering how long it'd take! This is great!
Very well. If you are that convinced, then let's hear some more about this matter.
Actually, I brought the glove with me today.
Why didn't you say so earlier? Hurry and show this glove to the court.
Well, I didn't think it had anything to do with this case. Anyway, this is it, sir.
It's, rather yellow, isn't it?
Officer Prince really liked the color yellow.
And that's why you had to special order it?
Yup, that's right! Well, that and one other reason.
I think the court has heard enough. It is clear that the victim and the defendant were involved with each other.
Yes, that's correct, Your Honor.
Now, if that is true, it brings up an important question. Was the name Maggey really written by the victim?
Ah, I see your point, Your Honor. Detective Gumshoe, please tell the court a little more about the name on the ground.
Yes, sir. We first looked into the handwriting, sir. Unfortunately, we couldn't confirm that it was the victim's handwriting. Next, we checked under the victim's pointer finger, where we found sand trapped under the victim's fingernail. There were also scratches on the skin that were caused by him writing on the ground. From this, we can confirm that the victim wrote his name with his right hand.
Yes, a perfectly logical conclusion. Now then, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Detective, did your department really think they could determine handwriting based on a sample written in sand?
This is why amateurs are amateurs. We're not a bunch of simpletons, pal. Scientific investigation in this country's actually pretty good.
But in the end, you couldn't confirm it.
Hey! Don't you look down on us! I told you, we're not a bunch of simpletons, pal. Everyone knows you can't find out everything you want with scientific investigation.
I've never heard that before.
Me either.
I never heard anything like that at the police academy, sir.
Okay, so I made it up!
Anyway, you moved on to investigating the victim for any physical evidence that would connect him to the message on the ground, correct?
Something to do with his pointer finger?
Yeah, you know, the one you're always pointing and waving around at people's faces.
Don't tell me it bothers you.
Every time you do it, I have a mini heart attack. It's like you're trying to kill me, pal.
In any case, you examined the victim's index finger, correct?
Yeah, we figured there would be something on his finger if he'd been writing in the sand.
Which in this case would be the sand stuck under his fingernail.
You also mentioned scratches on his skin.
Yep, you can't see them with your naked eye, but they're there.
That is incredible!
Sure is! That's the power of scientific investigation. The scratches are so small that we had to use a magnifying glass, like a really strong one. It's got that really scientific sounding name.
You mean a microscope?
Yeah, that's it. We used one of those, and that's how we found them.
I can't believe this guy doesn't know what a microscope is. But there's a bigger problem than this guy's lack of education. Listening to all this, I would think there was only one conclusion. That the name was definitely written by the victim.
Don't you think that would be really strange, sir? If Dustin was able to write that message with his right hand, do you think I would have gone through that much trouble to get him his present?
Present? What about it? Oh, that's it!
Objection!
Detective Gumshoe, take a look at this.
The baseball glove?
Could you tell the court what is special about this glove?
What's special? Never really thought about it, but it's really yellow. And that's about it.
Yes, it is really yellow. But that's only one of its unique qualities.
Huh?
There's another reason why it's special.
And what would that be?
It's very simple. This glove is made for a left-handed person.
Left-handed?
Why, you're absolutely right. This glove is made to be worn on the right hand.
That is why it had to be custom-made. I have never seen a bright yellow left-hander's glove for sale, have you?
Well, no.
So, detective, which hand did the victim use to write the name with again?
That's easy. Look, it's obvious from the picture that was... Wait a sec.
Don't forget that the victim was left-handed.
Ah!
Objection! Object!
Overruled. Mr. Wright, I would like to know what your line of reasoning proves.
There is only one conclusion that can be drawn. A left-handed person could not have written a message with his right hand with such clarity. Therefore, the person who wrote the name Maggey could not have been the victim.
Order! Well, when you think about it that way, then yes. If it is not possible that this name was written by the victim himself.
Then that means Maggey is...
No, it's not possible!
Mr. Payne,
Yes, Your Honor.
the evidence the prosecution presented has failed to prove the defendant's guilt. In fact, I believe you have proven her to be innocent.
No!
Oh, right! You did it, Mr. Wright! I feel like I can breathe again.
It seems that we have reached the conclusion you did a fine job once again, Mr. Wright.
Me, Your Honor? Well, thank you, sir.
See? You got complimented by the judge again! You're really good! That's why you can't give up on being a lawyer, sir.
Are you joking? I'm more than ready to retire.
I will now announce my verdict. This court finds the defendant, Maggey Byrde.
Objection! No, not yet. I mean, please give me a few more minutes, Your Honor.
What is the meaning of this, Mr. Payne?
The prosecution is not finished yet, Your Honor.
What do you mean?
I would like to call my next witness to the stand.
What?
And what did this witness witness?
The moment the victim was pushed to his death. What's more, he saw the very face of the culprit.
Order in the court! I believe a recess is in order. Afterward, you will hear from this new witness.
I had a feeling that was a bit too easy. I need more information. I'll have to see what I can find out during this recess. I can't let my guard down. It's only going to get tougher from here.
Court is adjourned for recess.